This much requested video because loads and loads of you are always asking, what is it you do to your hair? What have you been doing to your hair? So I thought while I'm in the retie process, I would give you guys, I'll show you basically what I've been doing to my hair and how it all started, and I'll explain all of it in this video, okay? Right, so first of all, why did I decide to get locks? I just decided to get locks one day. It wasn't something that I thought about over like a long period of time. I hadn't even done a lot of research into it. I just literally one day thought, I'm tired of having my hair loose all the time, because as I started to get more into YouTube and doing the videos and stuff, I found that a lot of the time my hair wasn't prepared. Like, you know, with natural hair, you have to kind of prepare it the day before if you want to have like a really cute hairstyle. And I didn't really want to just have my hair back all the time. So I found my hair to be quite time consuming, because the way I like to wear my hair is I like to do a twist out. So the day before, it means I have to prepare my hair, I have to spray it, I have to put the creams in it, and I have to plait it and leave it. And sometimes I would wake up the next day and my hair still wasn't dry, because my hair takes so long to dry. And then I'll be like in a situation where, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So you'll see in some of my videos, I've gone out and I've blatantly had big plaits similar to what I have at the moment. And I'll just go out like that. I'll just leave my hair like that, because I'm a person, I don't like to spend so much time on my hair. I love my hair, but I just didn't want to spend so much time on it. I looked at a couple of videos on YouTube and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna put my hair into like small twists. I'm just gonna leave it and see how it goes. I have no idea what I'm doing or if I'm even doing things the right way, but I'm just gonna do it. So all I did was just put my hair into, I think I did about 8 sections, and I pretty much did the sections like this, and I just went for one at a time. So I used a mirror so I could see the back of my head, and I just parted them really small. And all I did was I just did a 2-strand twist on the whole head, section by section, all over my head, and then I just left it. And that was it. That was it done. Now, Microlocs is very different to sisterlocs, because sisterlocs is a particular style of doing it, and it does look very different to Microlocs. If you have a little bit of knowledge about it, you'll see that sisterlocs and Microlocs look very different. I would say that sisterlocs kind of look, they're a bit more like, it reminds me of like yarn. You know, like the wool that you do for knitting, it reminds me of that. Whereas Microlocs, to me, looks a bit more, how can I put it? A bit more, just like 2-strand twist, like just regular hair 2-strand twist, and that's kind of what I was looking for. So I wanted my ends to be opened. I didn't want my ends to be automatically closed, especially if I started the journey and I felt that I wasn't really happy with it and I wanted to take it out. I didn't want to have to cut my hair off. So I felt like Microlocs was the way for me to go. So I knew that after having it for a while, I could still take it out. I could probably still unpick my hair actually, if I wanted to at this stage that it is. I've had this for about a year now, and I reckon I could still probably unpick it, because my ends will never close because they're twists. You know, when you get to the bottom of a twist, you don't necessarily go all the way down, so your ends are always opened, and that's what I like, and that's probably why I'll never cut my hair, because I don't want to have my ends closed. I want my ends open, because I feel like it just gives it another look. But anyway, I'm talking way too much, so I'm just going to get into showing you guys exactly what I do. So what I do so I interlock. There are different ways to do it, but I interlock. So I use this tool right here. If it will focus for me, come on guys, come on, focus, like fast. But anyway, you could kind of see it. So yeah, I use this tool to interlock. Yeah, so all you essentially do is put a strand of hair through the gap, and then afterwards, so you pull the hair through, and you literally just, like you're sewing, almost like, yeah, you're sewing. So you just literally pull your hair through. I'm going to show you, hold on. So I haven't done this part, this is still to be done. So I'm going to start with this here. Now I'm using my camera as a mirror at the moment, because I don't have a mirror in front of me. Okay, so please ignore the greys, I know, too much stress. Okay, so what I'll do is I would take one strand of hair and the clip, and so what I'll do is I'll just pull the strand of hair through it, yeah? So it's just in there like that. And what I do is, there are different ways to do it. So you can do like a 2-point rotation or a 4-point rotation or a 3-point rotation, however you want it. I tend to generally do a 2-point rotation. A 2-point rotation means that I just go in at 2 different angles. So I'll go this way once, and then I'll go that way once, and that's it. Yeah, so I only go in those directions. Some people go this way, then down, then they go this way, and then they go up. They go in all the directions. So it just depends how you like it. I've just done a 2-point. I don't even know why I've just done it, because as I said, I don't have a lot of knowledge about this. This is, for me, was like a complete experiment, and I actually didn't expect it to go well, but it has, and I've stuck with it this long, and I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. I really am. Okay, so you can kind of see, I think, that you can see where the hair has become quite loose here, so it needs to be retightened. So I'll just go in one direction like this, yeah, and then I'll go down. It's always good when you're doing this, right, to go end on a down, because when you end on the down, that's where the hair will sit. Okay, so it just makes it easy. So I'm going again, so I'm going in to the sides, and then I am going down. Okay, so I try not to make these too tight as well, because I feel like it's just not very good if you make it too tight and give you a bit of a headache. And I just think it's not necessary to pull so tight on here. So that's it. So this is now done. Now what I will say, I'm going to show you a bit clearer on my daughter's hair, because I still have to do hers as well. It's a bit difficult showing you on mine because it's on my own head. Now, what you want to do is, when you're doing your locks, right, don't make them too small, because if you make them too small, which I have realized, they will sometimes break, especially if you don't retie them for a long period of time. The hairs will start to break, because what happens is, where you've done it, if I can find it, where you've already twisted it, so this part is strong, and then here, where the hair is all like really loose and you've got the fresh growth, that part can be quite weak. And if it snags on anything, it's really easy for it to break. And so sometimes that's why you see people who have locks, and they have like, you know, they have it like thick hair, like a normal regular length, and then they have a really thin bit, and it feels like, it looks like the lock is going to break. I don't think I have any examples that I can show you. I did have one the other day, but I can't find it now. Yeah, so if you do them too small, you're likely to get the lock to break. If you have done your hair and you find that your lock is breaking, the best thing you can do is actually join it to another one to give it strength, and just leave it. Just interlock the two hairs together and just give it a bit more strength. That's what I have done in some of my hair, because especially the top hair, I did the top hair deliberately a lot smaller than I did the rest of my hair, because my hair is a completely different texture. So my hair, I would say, is like, if you're into hair typing, I'd say up here my hair's like probably a 4A or a 4B, something like that. So it's much looser than the rest of my hair, and it's quite soft. So because of that, I wanted to do this smaller in order to get a fuller look. So I didn't want to have like gaps, like a lot of gaps in it. So I deliberately did mine that way, but some of them were too small, and I ended up having to rejoin them. So I have actually lost quite a lot of my grid, because some people like to keep a grid. So a grid is basically all the partings that you can see. So like, if I was to part my hair, you can see all the partings. I don't have much of a grid. I probably do at the front. Now the reason that I don't have much of a grid is because I can be very lazy sometimes. So when I'm retying my hair, I don't even use a mirror. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually don't even use a mirror. I'll just sit there with the back of my head, and I'll just pull the first one, and I'll just interlock it, and I just feel with my fingers around to make sure I'm not catching another hair, but sometimes I do. So I just feel it, and I just keep going like that, because I can't be bothered to like get the 2 mirrors thing. In fact, I don't even have 2 mirrors anymore. Get 2 mirrors, one for hair and one for hair, to be able to see, and then be going like, it's just too much pressure. So most of my grid is gone. But the front is actually not too bad, because the front, most of the time I can see what I'm doing. So I kind of have been able to keep, I mean, this hasn't been, I mean, you can't really see at the moment, but yeah, this is probably not a great example. I'm trying to see if I can show you guys that I still have a grid. So you can see the lines, so you can see I still have a bit of a grid going on, but not much of one. I've seen people with much better grids than me. And in fact, my daughter's got a better grid than me, because I redo hers for her. I'm able to kind of like see what I'm doing, so it works out better. But I'm going to show you on Karis's hair exactly how I do the process. partings going on. But I don't, her grid is still kind of here. But I don't actually like to try and over part it, because I feel like sometimes to get your parting right, you have to sometimes snap hairs, and it's quite painful to try and get the line exact. So I mean, it doesn't bother me too much when the partings are not like so precise. So I kind of just leave her hair like this. So I've done this much so far, so we're just going to go through the rest.
1 minute.
And get all of this done. Okay, so today, right now, I'm going to wash my hair, because some people say when you're doing your hair that you should wash your hair and then do your retie. I prefer that I should do my retie and then wash it, because I just find it easier. Now, a lot of people that have locks tend to wash their hair with like some type of shampoo, or whatever, to cleanse the scalp and the hair and stuff. I don't do that. I don't like my hair to feel dry, and sometimes I feel like there's a dryness, and so for me that doesn't work. I've tried using shampoo a couple of times, and it's definitely not for me and my hair. One thing I have to say when it comes to doing locks or anything like that is you have to do what is right for your hair. Don't just do something because everybody says that it should be done that way. It may not work for your hair. So for me, using shampoo just made my hair feel dry. I didn't like it. So I continued to use the As I Am co-wash. I use this because I find this, there you go, if you can see it. There we go. I find this to be much kinder to my hair. It's not as harsh, but it still does give my hair a good clean. But I'm not a person who gets a lot of build up on my scalp or on my hair, so I don't feel like I need to clarify very often. If I do need to clarify, then I'll use a shampoo, but for most of the time I use this because I feel like my hair stays moisturized afterwards. I don't do a lot to my hair. Like I said, I'm very lazy when it comes to my hair. You can see my hair is growing. I'm very lazy, so I'm just going to use this. So I'm about to go wash my hair right now. Okay, so I've got my hair in how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, my hair's currently in 6. I think that's probably a bit much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo all of these plaits just before I start, and I'm going to make it into 4 sections. Let me just get a bit lower. There you go. I can both adjust the camera, so I just thought I'd scooch down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it into 4 sections, because 4 sections for me is just a lot easier to manage, especially when it comes to washing, to make sure that my scalp will actually get clean. So I'm just going to put it into 4 big twists. So I've just put my hair like that. I'm going to leave this one out because this is the one that I'm going to start with. So I'll leave that out while I just get the water ready. Okay, so I'm using the bucket to wash my hair. Just because the shower is not ready yet for me to use, so I'm gonna just do it from a bucket. Exactly the same procedure, so you guys can just follow along. Okay, so I'm done washing. I'm just using an old t-shirt. So you can use an old t-shirt or a microfiber towel. The reason being is because these don't soak up all the moisture from your hair, because obviously once you've washed your hair, you've basically taken most of the moisture out of your hair in terms of products and stuff like that. Okay, so I've taken the t-shirt off now, and my hair's mostly stopped dripping. So all I'm going to do now is I have a little bottle. This is filled with what do you call it? Rose water. It's just a mix of rose water and some regular water. And what I'll do is I just dampen my hair just ever so slightly, because I like the rose water being in my hair. So I don't need to put too much in because my hair's already wet. So all I'm going to do is do that, and then I'm just going to braid each section up, just one at a time. I'm just going to have 4 big braids. You can do 6 if you prefer. But for me, I think 6 is a little bit too much, because then my curls come out too tight when I've undone it. So this is basically, I guess you could just say it's a braid out that I'm doing. So even if you're a loose natural, you could do braid outs all the time. So I don't put anything else in my hair apart from this. This is it. This is literally the whole thing that I do. I don't put anything else in my hair. So even like after my hair is dried and I've had it out and I come back at night time, I'll do the same thing again. I'll just spray my hair with a little bit of rose water, plait it up like this and leave it till the morning. I don't actually put any creams in my hair at all because I feel like it will lead to build up and make your hair quite cloggy. And I want my hair to stay as fluid as possible. So I don't do that. So this is it. So when I said I keep my routine really, really simple, I was not lying. So sometimes if you ever see me out on the street, this is how I go out because my hair's just left like this. So this is it. I'm done. I don't need to do anything else. So I'll literally leave it to air dry, and then tomorrow when it's dried, I'll just undo it, and then I'll have all my lovely curls and stuff, and I'll just, you know, do it how I usually do it. So this is it. So simple. Okay, so now my hair is completely done. I've retied it all. So if I separate my hair so you can see it, hold on, I'm hoping that it's not too messy, because you can kind of see how I've done it. I don't know how clear it is. Okay. Okay. So you can see how my hair is. That's how I retie it. So this is what it looks like after I've done it and then washed it and then styled it and everything. That's what it comes out like, look.